Mexico City Botanic Garden. Thanks for joining me. This is the Global Gardener. Another edition here in another country of the world. You can see me in lots of other. Join me in various gardens all over. This is the Orquidario de Chapultepec. The Bosque de Chapultepec is the central, what's it called in New York City? The Central Park. This is the Central Park of Mexico City, which is really, truly one of my wonderful, favorite cities of the world. This is the Orquidario, the Orchidarium. It's kind of low, but it has these beautiful, ornate glass features. And yeah, you can see because they have here they are, stained glass filter fabric or shade cloth on the top. Here we are, a little grand mini tour. The irrigation is interesting. It's just these upside down shrub bubblers leaking out and causing a nice use of water, while the puente is not really being used at all. So they're actually being overwatered, you can tell, because of the growth, the color, and the lack of flowers. They could be flowering quite a bit and be greener with less water and more feeding. But you can see none of them have flowers, but they are displayed quite well. This decently sized greenhouse. Everything in Ciudad de Mexico, Mexico City, is quite large, very wonderfully sized. So if you're into orchids, this ground cover is nice, purple, but it has lots of names. There's like, I don't even know how many species of orchids. It's pretty endless. The only ones that really interest me are vanilla orchids. I like things where they provide delicious entertainment along with their beautiful flowers and growth habits. But for the amount of energy it takes and attention, it seems like some food reward is a nice thing. Oh, this is what it looks like. These are those stained glass kind of mini half domes outside, and it's sort of a piscina, a pool for the, I don't know what exactly. I would think maybe some fish or something, but got some philodendrons in there. Standard house plants. There's a few flowers. And then there's some bromeliads. They take in water and they don't really need, well, these are rooted into the ground, but they can also grow more epiphytic, which means like in tree branches and stuff where they don't need a lot of soil. They can get nutrients from, like the purple ones, from the just, I don't know, ambient whatever's going on. I'm trying to show you the one flower of the Strelitzia reginae, bird of paradise. I'm trying to remember where those are native to. There's some nice Spanish moss. Should be like Spanish beard or something. We got one other visitor in here. Free admission. That's exciting. It's Saturday, January 15th today. So there's lots of people and lots of activities and lots of food and toys and things. This is a great mulch bed. Look at all that thick mulch. That's kind of actually cool because most beds are like raised beds like that. And then these are submerged beds where all the water is going to go down there, and anything, all the detritus, the leaves and plant matter, you can just scoop back down into the divoted area, the lower spots there. So, and as long as the plants are tall, it's plenty good. Everyone's happy. You can see the tall foliage, and then actually, especially in a greenhouse situation where you have limited, altitude, you can grow some bigger plants down deeper in these pits. They're sort of like in New York City. They have the tree pits they're starting to make rain gardens out of them by making them lower than the street, and then the rainwater runoff and can go fill them and water whatever plants are in there, and sort of get filtered. You know, you don't want to put food there because of the oil and stuff and car poop, but my daughter used to call it. But look at that beautiful stained glass. Very unique greenhouse. I do not know the history of it. I probably should have read the placard a little more. I was in Spanish and I was feeling lazy, so I didn't do it. These cute little circular bits. You got these Strelitzia originae tied up. These are probably pretty floppy. You got these nice open fans. You can put your finger in there. Another one over there, just to move the air. But they would certainly tangle up anything got near them. These are pretty deep, so you could actually like dig out the soil from there. And I don't know if maybe it got mounded up in these other beds where smaller plants are that you know aren't going to get too tall. These have moss and orchids. This is another one of those stained glass. What would you call that? What do you call it in a house when you have a garden window? There you go. It's got a fancy name, I think like a French architectural name as well. So let's actually read the... Oh, they got a box for suggestions and questions. Here's the horas when it's open. Wow, and here's the doors have wheels on them and they just roll shut, kind of like almost like a an observation, like telescope observation. Hatch doors. Out here is really beautiful. The cactus garden, of course, goes on and on forever. Okay, so this is a replica of the original UNAM, Universidad de Mexico. I don't remember the UNAM Nacional. I don't remember UNAM, but they have there's another huge botanic garden there that I'm not going to get to this trip on my way to Panama tomorrow. But this was originally built in 1923, so you can kind of see that in the architecture and these cool. They don't really do stained glass anymore. It's always, I don't know, some washed out clear stuff or something. But 1923, for adults, representation, orchid. So they redid the orchid part in 2006 inside there, and 105 species of orchids in total. And some of them are protected nationally, and other tropical climate plants. Here, I'll let you read it, but not for too long. Did you get all that? So out here is Hypericum, Herba de San Juan, Hypericum perforatum. That's a little bit different than like Hypericum. Oh, what are some of the Hypericums that go in landscapes? I see lizards going around. Anyway, it's a little bit different. Here's an African iris. So that's always in every. Well, it's a very hardy landscape plant, and in many botanic gardens around the world. You can see various reeds and rushes in here, and then the giant flax. Those are the big, these ones, flax. Let's see if it has the specific variety. Formium tenax, Harakekiolino. There's the sign. Get up close. So yeah, Formium. That's another botanic name. And What else we got in here? We got some forget-me-nots. Those are little weeds with the blue flowers. Hemerocallis, daylily, another tough one. Great landscape plant. I don't know, you can water it or not, it still makes it along. The more you water it, the more flowers you get. Or not up to a point, just like the orchids, they're overwatered and they're not flowering. So certainly if you put them like submerged in the water, they're not going to flower as much. Here's Virginia, another popular landscape plant with gets pink flowers. You can see some of the pink flowers on Virginia. Here's the sign. Burro's ears, Virginia crassifolia. Pink flowers. Alright, so we'll do a little more exploring in the next video. See you there. Be sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notification of when these videos are going up on the regular.